Riley can bust the defence with his power and speed. The coach wants more speed from his man, and he's sent in the dietitian to trim Riley's bulk and sharpen his stride. The 1995 Amy Medal winner, Nick Harvey, leads by example. The North's captain is number 2 in the line-out, a tackle buster who rolls through the mauls to set up scoring chances.
And so at Coogee, as we get ready for this historic day for the Randwick club with the naming of that Cyril Towers stand at half-time. Wonderful conditions here. And the system this year on the points table will be a bit different. It's just like the Super League. In fact, it's 4 for a win, 2 each for a draw, but there are bonuses. If you score 4 or more tries, you get a point. And if you lose by 7 points or less, that's also worth a point. So keep that in mind as we go through the season. And a keen crowd in to watch the game and to be part of a little bit of history at Coogee. There are a couple of changes in the lineups that we'll tell you about as Paul Checker, who celebrates his 35th birthday, leads out the Randwick side. Paul retired after last year's grand final, or that's what we'd heard, but he's back. And so too are a couple of very experienced players in what is basically an inexperienced lineup. Gareth Smith has been away on Super 12 duty and played for New South Wales A. Tim Bauck has come over from South Africa, has been here for a couple of years. Damien Ryan with some experience in the centres. Craig McMullen in at 5'8". Patrick Burke, the third-grade halfback. Some young guys in the forwards around Bill Wiley and the veteran Delamara. Checker in the front row, and McEwen in there because Koromansky's out with injury. That's Paul Checker. 35 candles will go on his cake at some stage tonight, although I'm sure he won't be counting those unless they happen to be the number of points that Randwick scored today. And they might just do it with some of the exciting players they've got in their backs. Here come Norths, led by that Nick Harvey, who's still a very young player in this competition, just 22 years of age. But the big blow for them, when you look at the lineup, is the loss of Matt Isaac, who came over from Easts at the end of the season. And he looked like being a pivotal player for them. But he went lame at training. John Mottram, an experienced half, has taken his spot. He's inside Michael Cooper. Ant Boyd has been in great form in the pre-season competition. So too is Eparama Junior Yalava. And Ross Reynolds is there looking at the conditions as we get ready for the kickoff. G'day, Ross.
It's a beautiful day. There's very little breeze to speak of. The ground, as you might imagine, after the cricket season is in fantastic shape. So both sides will be pushing for those 4 tries for that bonus point. Grounds are absolutely perfect. There's no wind to speak of. And I'm going to go with Brett, with Matt Isaac out of the team. I think the Randwick team will just be too good.
Black skipper. Black skipper.
David Begg in charge. This is his third first-grade game. He's a lawyer. He's had 7 years' experience with the whistle, and away we go with North playing with the breeze in the first half. It's beautifully taken in by Farley, and Cooper on the breeze finds touch. So up to halfway, the first line out of the match.
86. Off the touch. Off the touch, Judge. Make it big. Black away, please. I got one. Black away, please. Up again, up again. That's good. That's fantastic. Thank you. Here we are. Here we are. Bustle, Nick.
McEwen slots it. It's Tim Copper with a lot more bulk this year. He's been on the lunches that John Maxwell doesn't want John Riley to eat. Now McMullen using Riley. There is the battering ram. Smith in from fullback. Williams outside him, but a good cover tackle from Yalava coming in from the wing to nip off that move. Another bust from Riley. Hits hard close to the line. The switch goes wrong. That's Williams. A high tackle.
Great start for Randwick, Jim. They really are controlling the ball well. A couple of terrific young players, particularly Brendan Williams out on this wing. Last year's Australian Schoolboys winger. Very elusive.
Now, Ross, just quickly looking at that replay, was that Troy Jacques who got the caution for the high tackle?
Yes, it was. Just recently arrived at the North Club from East last year. A little bit high, said the referee, and rightly so. I forgot to mention a little bit earlier, there is a new law in play this year. Players are allowed to have 6 replacements, and Randwick have 2 fresh reserves standing by. One Ben Johnson and one Michael Checker, the man that missed last year's grand final win due to suspension. We'll see him in action sometime today.
Like his brother, we all thought he'd retired, but he's back. And Gareth Smith's kicking into the wind. He's about 40 metres out on the angle. Has he got those David Knox boots on? He's hit it pretty well. The wind's holding it up. It's not in touch. Smith again.
It's dangerous.
That's Williams. Willie Wiley.
Oh, they're playing well, Randwick. Good control.
Excellent control as they bust off the fringe again. 8 metres out from the line. A big chance here for Randwick. They're on the surge, the driving play. Lots of men through McMullen's hands. Bowker caught a couple out.
Turn the wrong way and turn again. Held on. Turn the wrong way.
Now, Ross Reynolds, you've been up close to the action. Turn the wrong way. Just explain that one for our viewers.
Talk me through that.
You see Troy Jarks coming over the top, and he's turned Tim Bowker as in the tackle and turned him on the north side, and the Randwick player tried to get the ball back the Randwick side, and that's a penalty.
They're in a wonderful position, and they still are, playing into the breeze, Randwick, in this first half.
Yes, Randwick, Jim, are playing very close to their forwards. Very controlled.
No, hold it. Hold it. On the mark. Away off me, guys. Away off me.
He's looking for a separation.
Away off me. With me. All the way. All the way with me. All the way with me. Thank you. Yep.
Judicial control.
Move that extra half a foot.
Stoddard's knocked down via Nick Harvey. And he's got them for a forward pass. Now here's a chance for Randwick.
Yeah, perfect scrum. 15 metres infield.
Burke to McMullen. Using Ryan.
Great defence at the North's inside backs. That's brought about the pressure in the defence there, Jim. The North backs up very, very quickly and forced an indiscretion.
Well, other than Isaac been out, I would imagine that North's come into this game with perhaps a little bit better cohesion, preparation through the Johan Cup. They got to the final of that competition, beaten by Warringah.
I saw them play a couple of Han Cup matches, and they were most impressive. Isaac particularly, unfortunately, missing today. There's the coach, John Maxwell. Randwick man through and through, been around a long time.
I could almost name a stand after him, but it will be Cyril Tau's name who will go on it. And you'll have that ceremony during the half-time break. It's good play. Fletcher Dyson was ripping it ahead. Now North's with a bit of ball. Stoddard down towards that 22. They lost the ball forward there, Norths, and he's going to have the scrum. Unfortunately, Nathan Frank spilt it in the tackle.
And he will not be happy with that. That's what they didn't need. They're just starting to get some form on the board and to turn it over. They won't be happy.
Yes, Brett, we're seeing both sides' defence dominating the game so far. We just saw Nathan Frank's turnover again due to a very good Randwick tackle.
We're just too far away. Yeah, waiting for move. Walk up, walk up, walk up. Walk up, walk up, walk up.
So no score so far in the game. North's playing with the breeze. And Pat Burke will have the clearance here for Smith, but the offside, no advantage. Eager Beavers down there. Egalani Farley. The Samoan player rushing through eagerly, very eagerly.
That is not out.
Hasn't found touch, and it's Ant Boyd, who's been in very good form in the trials. He'd have to be to keep Horton out, who now has an ankle injury.
Down on the ground, scrum black ball. No.
Didn't let that go on.
In reserve grade, Randwick showing their extraordinary depth, given that they've got 14 players absent here, plus 2 injured before the match. They won that reserve grade game by 21 points. They were trailing at one stage too, 24-15.
Stay down, please. Stay onto something.
Cooper.
Backs on here.
The box kick.
It's a good kick too.
Deep in Randwick territory. Smith thinking for a moment of the long throw.
Yes, Jim, as this line-out's forming, be a good contest at number 2. Randwick's Tim Copper up against Nick Harvey at 2 for North. Both played for New South Wales only a couple of weeks ago as teammates.
Tim Copper's put on a lot of weight in the off-season. There he is with the ball. He was just a beanpole last year. He's still only 20 years of age.
But he got up there for that ball.
That's Smith. Straight into our commentary box. Well head-butted by Brett Papworth. Did a great job.
Number 68. Make it big. 44. Make it off the one. That's terrific. Thank you. 6. You've got to get something.
Aladala. They are a long way from home.
Get up.
That's Cooper. Anticipated by the defence.
Was it ever?
And a hard hit by Jason Thompson for Randwick. Upsetting that play as Ant McGrath came back on the inside ball.
Someone on the ground playing at the ball, which you cannot do.
What are we doing, Skip? Goal kick, gentlemen. Only play the ball abrupt, please.
This will give Norths a chance to get some breath back. They've been on the back foot for much of the initial 10 minutes or so of this game.
What's the matter, Hal?
Anthony McGrath, the replacement centre in the Norths lineup for Nathan Ashley, who also fell injured during the week. And Norths have got a couple on the sidelines, apart from Damoni and Tom's out on Super 12 duty. Horton's got an ankle injury. Andrew Willett's done his collarbone. Coffey's still out from suspension last year. Nick Taylor's got uni exams. He won't be around for a while. And Justin Sharple's also injured, but it's a long way off the list of Randwick players missing, which we'll show you a bit later on. Now, that could be a blood bin there. I think McGrath will be replaced, perhaps only temporarily, with that cut on his right eye. Now, Ant Boyd has had very good form in the pre-season competition. He's come up through first grade Colts, trialled in first grade, just 20 years of age. Downwind, he should kick this. He's punched it, and North's lead, 3-0.
A successful penalty attempt there from Northern Suburbs on number 15, Anthony Boyd. Northern Suburbs 3, Randwick 0.
Yeah, that's fine, thank you. On and off is fine. Just the ball. Only the ball.
It's a well-placed kick from McMullen.
Keep it up.
Harvey's got it.
Back here, guys. Number 8 back. Far side. Keep it up. Don't bring it down. Backs are on.
Cooper with the breeze. A great spiral over Williams' head. If you've seen Tricky Trindle play for South Sydney, you've got a look-alike here. He's kept the ball alive sensationally. McMullen on the floor. That's Ryan. Farley falling back. Grabbed by Riley. Gets away from Riley. This is a strong player, the Samoan. Farley with a good burst, but it's broken down on the knock-on. Forward and knocked on.
No advantage, please.
Well, they're under pressure. That was danger time over there. Riley flying through on the left wing for Randwick. Hasn't he done well, Farley? Here he goes.
He's over there. Wait, please.
Trademark Samoan ball in one hand.
There. Stay still, Green.
Hasn't found touch. Rolleston.
Straight over.
So Randwick coming over, concede a penalty which will give Ant Boyd another opportunity to score here from a penalty goal attempt.
One out, please, guys. The line.
Yes, Jim, while this line-out's forming, Ant McGrath has left the field for a blood bin and been replaced by Chris Newton wearing jersey number 19.
Just there. You'll know when you're not, okay?
Well, they didn't go for goal.
I got it. Front man, 5 away.
They're going for the big points here. Trying to get some momentum up
Here it is, just great.
off their line-out play. Harvey's at the front, number 4. And number 5 is Nathan Franks.
Clip it up. Not from the
Now,
side.
Norths with a pretty good drive on Randwick here at the moment.
They need to commit all those Randwick forwards. Oh, that's been stolen.
They've lost it, and they've
He's forced it.
conceded a scrum here.
Black. Scrum 5 black.
And there are the number of players missing. There's 14 in all on Super 12 duty, or in the case of war, out through injury. So that just shows you how many players Randwick have lost. And it's going to make their task very difficult for the bulk of the season to stay up with the top teams.
Become a mess. Become a mess, please. Let's do it again, guys. Black ball.
It was a mess.
Let me right in there, please, guys.
Great opportunity here for North. They have a
Right call. It's just here.
15, 20 metre blind side
Crouch first, okay.
if he chooses to use it.
It's Mottram now off the back.
We've hit 90. No.
Through 90 again.
90
Another
is the new
mess.
mark.
A mess, a 90.
Front rows are at 90.
Well, Randwick have got
I
a
want you close.
couple of
I want you close.
well-seasoned players
No, it's not.
in their
It's inside
pack.
the five.
Nathan
Wait for
McEwen,
the crouch.
the hooker, and Matt Delamata, who admits to 30-something.
Down, all the way.
Troy Jacques off the back. Mottram. Rolleston infield.
Let it quiet.
Well
Let it
covered.
quiet. Stay
The
there.
Randwick back row, very organised in defence.
Stay there.
Now, North's trying to punch a hole off the side here.
Arms off, arms off, arms off. Arms off. Arms off.
They're still having a go. They're over.
We're up 5.
A scrum.
Up 5. Up 5.
It must have been a very close thing there for Randwick.
5 minutes.
North's appeared to get over the line, and you can see the ball being hurled down in disgust by one of the North's players who thought he'd scored.
He called it up fairly quickly too.
There's another blood bin.
Is there ever?
Nicholas Blood minute, eh?
He's already strapped his head up.
Yeah, we've got both sides watching. Okay.
So Norths lose another player, perhaps only temporarily, to the
We've got someone ready to come.
blood bin.
We're not scrumming, guys.
Fletcher
We're not
Dyson,
scrumming, okay?
I think it is gone to the sideline. Fletcher's the development officer with the Norths club. And I think Ben Darwin might be coming out to replace him. Confirm it in a moment. But that's 2 replacements for Norths.
Walk up, crouch first, okay. Right up, gentlemen.
And Ant McGrath, Jim, has just returned to the field from his blood bin. Back at outside centre wearing number 13.
Wait, nice and close. Walk up, please, Green. Walk up.
North still in a great scoring position.
It's okay, it's okay.
They've been here for 5 minutes.
Okay. Just walk up. Walk up, crouch first, okay. Right up, please.
Having trouble with those scrums, Ross.
On my call, nice.
Yes, they're
and close.
still trying to sort each other out, and especially with a front rower off, I'm sure Randwick will try to exert a bit of authority there.
Want the crowd, okay.
Now, what are Norths going to do with the ball here? They're having a go. Using Farley off the inside ball. Just short of the line. Mottram has got the feed. That's Cooper, half through. Sets the play up. Over. Harvey backing up. Nick Harvey is backed up to score the try. That was good pressure by Norths, and they've converted it, importantly, into points to get that 8-0 lead. Northern Suburbs building well through their forwards. They went to the short side. Cooper getting over McMullen's tackle, and Harvey, the support play, was able to plunge in.
Well, they were in a bit of a mess at the scrum base there, and Cooper, he did really well. Unfortunately, McMullen didn't move up in the line with the rest of his defence, and that created half a hole. Harvey's about 6'5" or thereabouts. Hard to stop. Handy lead now.
So North's playing with the breeze, with a lot of enthusiasm of some good early season form. And Ant Boyd is going to try and add the extras here. 15 in from touch. The breeze behind him. He's pushed it wide.
Yes, we saw North being very patient here. Mottram got a good ball away to Cooper, and Cooper does very well to get past underneath McEwen's tackle. That's a poor attempt there, and Harvey bursting on. That was a good patient play by North. They'd been dominating in Randwick's territory for some time.
So despite the loss of their halfback, Matt Isaac, North's doing well. They're doing well with their forwards here. This fella Farley's having a big game, the Samoan.
Let it come. Stay there, guys. Stay there, please. Backs are on.
And it's Cooper behind Williams. Takes it brilliantly. He's only 18, this fella. Look at him go. McMullen. Farley's everywhere.
I think Norths have turned it round. And we have the touch judge flag up here. Little indiscretion.
Yeah, this is going to go against number 8 for Randwick, Jason Thompson. An elbow to the North player on the ground.
Well, I saw it, so I assume everyone else did.
8 green and skipper, please. 8 green and skipper.
He's calling out Paul Checker, the skipper, and the distinctive Jason Thompson with the haircut.
Everything was working in your area. Forearm on the head. Not on. Not on.
Oh.
Not very smart. Not very smart at all in the 5 metres from the touch judge.
Well, if you're going to play the 11th commandment, thou shalt not be caught, don't do it in front of the touch judge or the television cameras.
Right, the line, please.
Yes, this is an area where Norths are dominating Randwick, because Norths have 3 very good jumpers in Harvey, Franks and Jarks, and at the moment Randwick are struggling to keep up.
With the touch judge, with the touch judge.
Yeah, the North's forward pack looks huge.
He's with him now.
There's territory in possession. Been all Norths.
And that's another win for Nathan Franks. And they're in a good position again, Norths. Now through Mottram to Cooper.
You cannot use your hands.
It's in a ruck. Yeah, on the hand. It doesn't matter if you're on your feet. The ball's in a ruck.
So Randwick guilty of making some errors here. They're under some pressure.
Goal kick, gentlemen.
And they have a couple of times turned some play over. But they've got to do it legally. This referee, David Begg, is right on the mark. He's not missing a thing, nor are his touch judges. And Ant Boyd, if he kicks this, will give Norths an 11-point lead.
Yes, John Maxwell won't be happy, Jim, with those Randwick players showing those indiscretions. And I think that's largely due to North's pressure. And they're just showing a little bit of ill discipline. And they'll have to get better to get back in this game.
Boyd's made a fine impression so far in the pre-season, and again today with some strong running from fullback. This is about 35 metres out. He's pulled it. So it's 1 out of 3 for Boyd. And North still up 8-0. 20 minutes to go in the first half. McMullen restarts it.
Play the ball. Let it come, let it come, let it come. With me. Let it come, let it come.
And Gleeson in the ruck.
Using their big men on the fringes, Norths.
There.
And it's effective.
Now Cooper through Turner. There's a chance here. Good buster. Wide for the Rolleston. Rolleston's got support. Yavata scores. The pressure telling on Randwick here. This time they used the back splendidly after some controlled possession. McGrath coming in to take that short pass. He split them. For a moment it looked like Rolleston would be covered, but in the tackle he was able to set up Junior Yavlava for the important try, their second of the match.
Well, here's the head-on view. That's quite simple there, just a missed tackle, and it created a huge overlap. Rolleston thought he was there. That's too easy. That's what happens in this at this level. One missed tackle, it's all over. He had Boyd up on the inside too. He had some options.
Paul Checker trying to pump up his team. They're going to have to lift enormously on the evidence of the play so far, because the North's forwards are all over them. Now Boyd, it's on the favoured side for a right footer. The breeze is coming down the ground. He's pulled it again. So it's only 1 from 4, but an 11-0 lead to Norths. 13-0 lead.
Yes, we see this North's try, and it came largely due to the North's forwards tying in all the Randwick loosies close to the ruck. Then they gave the ball out wide, and we saw McGrath just really beat a tackle, as you said, and a clean overlap and a try in the corner. But North's dominating Randwick at this stage in every phase.
Ball only the ball. Got him, come on. Give it up. Give it up. Last week, please. Start that, please. I've got it.
Good change from Cooper.
Here it is. Play the ball. Play the ball. Just a ball.
There's some vigour from Angus Baldwin, the big prop, and there's an intercept by Ryan with McMullen now. Randwick trying to hit back. On his own, Williams. Smith's there.
Release.
It's a Randwick ball from Ryan out through McMullen. Good defence. Riley's down. 20 out from the post, a penalty in front.
Never the advantage line. Inside man. Inside man. Never the advantage line, Corey.
So North concede the penalty.
Played